So let's start in Photoshop. Okay, so let's say you have a character like this in Photoshop. Your artist has spent some time making this character, and if we look over here, we can see that the character is made up of layers, right? So these are all different layers, just a hair, right? And then the different sections. So maybe what you want to do is to animate this character. So what we're going to do is import this into Unity and show you how you can animate the different body parts. But the new feature that I want to focus on is called Sprite Swap. So let's say that the character has a left hand, right? And you made a group and you've got an open hand, right? And maybe you've also got thumbs up. And you want to have an expression where the character is talking, and sometimes you want to change this sprite. So your artist has set up all of this, has named the layers correctly, and you want to bring this into Unity. Okay, so let's go to Unity. All right, so we'll look at that character later. What I want to focus on is that when we import sprite, a PSD or a PSB file in this case into Unity, it comes in as a prefab like this. Okay? So let's focus on these import settings here. So what we've got here is a PSD importer, and it is able to read the different layers and the different data that you have in your Photoshop file. And you can do things like import only visible layers, so maybe you have hidden construction layers. Maybe you want to mosaic the character. What that means is we'll turn it into a sheet for you. You want to set it up for character rig. Maybe you want to use layer grouping to do something, right? So for now, we're just importing it like we import a sprite, and we can look at it in Sprite Editor. Okay, so what it comes in as initially is like this. Now I want you to look at Photoshop, all in layers, right? And then we bring it into Unity, and we mosaic it for you. We turn it into a sprite sheet. So when you play the game, when you make the build, it's just this one texture that gets sent in. You don't need all of the layers that you had in Photoshop, right? So that's a little bit more performant. The next thing to look at is the skinning editor. So this is where you do all of that setup for the characters. Okay, so for those of you who are new to this, this is a set of tools that we designed for setting up characters. So I'll take you through this briefly. Here we have the preview pose, right? So we can see how the character looks. And because we have put bones in the character, which you can create with the Create Bone tool, and you've edited them, you can now do things like see how the arm moves. Remember, this is a single layer in Photoshop, and you can deform these things, right? So that's pretty cool. And then you'll notice here we have both of those sprites, right? We have this one and this one together. So what we want to do is to turn them into variants of each other. So we're going to open the visibility toolbar, visibility toolbar here. And we can see that, we can see all of the bones, and we can see the sprites. So all of the names here are following the names that you set up in Photoshop. So your artist who has put in all of that effort to name their layers in Photoshop, thank you very much. Artists who name your layers in Photoshop, you can see all of the information there. So that's really cool. But what we want to do is we want to turn the left hand into a variant. So what we do is we right click here and we convert group to category. So we're taking the group from Photoshop and we're turning it into a category. Now you don't have to do this way, but we've set it up for people who have set up layer groups so that it's easier for them to do. So here we have a category called left hand, and we have an index for the different sprites, right? So we have index 0 and index 1. So why would you want to do all of this? The big reason is you want to animate. You want to animate a change in your sprite. If you tried to do this previously and you change the sprite, you will not be able to share that animation clip across different characters. But because here you are just animating an index, if you have one character, maybe you have a goblin and he is rich, and then you've made variations of that goblin, but you've made all of the animation for your first goblin, you can now share them across all of your other characters. Right? Being able to share the animation clip is a huge advantage. The second reason you might want to use this is you are making a wardrobe system. Right? You're making a game where people are changing their hair, changing their armor, they have picked up different equipment, and you want to be able to swap between those based on what they are using in their inventory. Cool? Okay, so when we're done with all that, we drag it into the scene, right? Well, not yet. I want to explain a little bit about what happens under the hood. So when we did that, we actually added a new component called sprite lib. So a sprite lib, or a sprite library, is a collection of different sprites. And here we have the different sprites for the left hand, which is thumbs up and open palm. Okay? So now we'll look at the character in the scene, and we can see we've got a sprite library component here. And that sprite library component contains all of those different things, right? So maybe you have different hats in there, or maybe you have a whole character skin, things like this. Now for the part of the character that we want to swap, we go down to the left hand, I think it was. What we did was we added a sprite resolver. Now a sprite resolver, over here, that will look up into your hierarchy and find the sprite library and then extract the correct index. So here we can see that it's finding the left hand category, and at the moment it's set up for the left hand thumbs up index. So if I just click here in the sprite resolver, you can see that I can just swap it out like that and try out the different variants. Cool? Now again, because this is an index, we can just come over here and animate it. So if you look down here, let me zoom in nice and close. We have the sprite resolver index as a property in the animation over there. And we have added keyframes, right? So as we animate the character, we can also swap. So this is very useful for a variety of animations. So if we look at this now, there we go. We can see it's changing based on the keyframe. So if I hit play, and there is my masterpiece, right? Completely animated, and it's changing as you go. So you can use this for your own characters and do a lot more complicated animations than this. Cool, so that's 2D character animation in Unity, as well as sprite swap. Something